Welcome back to Metro Women, where we discuss everything from lifestyle to magazines to travel to what's new and what is the latest in shopping. Today we have the privilege of celebrating the anniversary of Metro Women, and we are here with Miss Elizabeth Percy as well as Mariyam. Both of these two ladies are entrepreneurs in their own way, and we are also celebrating International Women's Day. Ms. Percy has her own training center and has been so successful during the COVID period and has actually seen a peak during the pandemic. And the same with Mariyam, who has her own tailoring shop and she's also an accomplished fashion designer. So I welcome you both and thank you so much for being here today. What is your secrets to becoming an entrepreneur?
So I would say the biggest thing is don't go running after the money. It's the talent. Chase after your talent, sharpen your skills. The money, that will come later. That will seriously only come later. Follow your talent, just that much.
And how do you, I think Miss Percy will be the best one to answer it, how do you actually get your talent? Because there's a lot of us that say, oh, we want to find our talent, we want to find our purpose, but how do you find your talent? How do you know when you have gotten your talent?
Whatever comes easy is the talent. But the fact is, we want to mimic the world and we try to bring that into our biosystem. That's when we get into so many different opinions about self. Further to genetic behavior analysis, we have seen that people who are sitting on their talents and not really performing are not really going up in life. We have found reports where their talent is something else and they're working as something else. When we asked them, they would say, well, it's because my parents wanted me in this line. So I've got a person who's chartered accountant when he's supposed to be a psychology doctor. The entire family is psychology doctor, and the report says very clearly it's psychology, but because his dad wanted him to be a chartered accountant, so he became one, but he's living under stress. So we had to bring it to his attention that you are so stressed because of what you are doing. It's not within your bio.
Yeah.
So we had to hack his bio to make it accept the new challenge. But it's training.
Fantastic. Ms. Percy, you will be the best one to also tell us. As we know, Smart Inspiration started through COVID, which was one of the most challenging periods of, I would say, my career and my lifetime. How did you preserve and how did you manage to succeed through that challenging times, opening your business, newly started, and then you had COVID? How did you preserve through that?
So we opened in November 2019, 3 months before COVID was declared.
Yes.
She was right on the precipice.
And we opened that immediately because we got an order to train wives of presidents and prime ministers of Africa.
Yes.
And we needed a center to start it. So we had to make it all quickly, including our office, because we needed to have everything ready for the authorities of Dubai to get the approval. And we didn't know that it's going to be COVID. We didn't know that there's going to be a lot of drama that could happen with that. But our students started to come in from day one, and our most happening student at that time was Emil, and Emil had many issues with him. So he was with us, and we were able to get him into university with the trainings that we were doing. And a university which had rejected him is the one which finally awarded us in 2020 February. And I was asked to fly to Mumbai and take it from the world community as pioneering women leader, which was also, it was entwined, the whole award was entwined by Canadian University.
Wow.
Which once upon a time had rejected him, but we had got him to his own embodiment so that he could return to Middlesex University. So the learning throughout COVID, we started as a simple creative writing training center, PR, communications, that was our line. But our learning in COVID was that there's more to science. There's more science than what we are doing. And being intuitive, even which is showing in my genetic report, my ESP is very high. So being intuitive, I've been able to see that even when I train a student, many a times that may not be the line. That's why we opted for one-on-one, so that we train them in their energy. And what we have seen is using the factual science to them, the genetic science, rather than my intuition telling them, has actually worked, because they can see their own life in that 28-page report.
Amazing.
And this is where the change happened during COVID. But we still had, irrespective of genetic behavior or whatever, during COVID we won Australia, Los Angeles, etc. in our books.
So that just shows you that no challenge is ever too hard to overcome. You just need perseverance.
Yeah, this is one thing that I would like to add, that when I was working at that time, and even after I flew into Mumbai and they flew back with one of my students, Rana, flew back and it got closed. Now, had I not flown back at that time,
You would have been stuck.
it would have been stuck. Plus,
Exactly.
the number of students started to increase, and for us as Smart Inspiration really training, we were only 2 months online, because in KHDA and Dubai they decided that all training centers must open by May 27, 2020, and we had our first students waiting to still come in. Now, since we operate on a one-on-one basis, we were able to see that it was easy for us. We were not working on numbers. We were working on one-on-one. So even the arrangement which the government wanted during COVID, we were able to carry it out easily.
Got it. Fantastic. Mariyam, you used to be trained by Miss Elizabeth as well, and you have just started your own path in fashion designing. And what do you want? You started off with your parents' business and then you went into fashion design. Where do you see yourself next? What do you want to achieve as a young entrepreneur?
Honestly, I would give you a long answer, but then after being with this lady, I am not going to give you that exact pathways. All I know is that I'll say this much: I did not expect myself to be in fashion. Just that needs to be clear. Yeah. But if I would map it out in a way, I would like to have my own brand. Right now, we are still a fledgling business that is being supported by so many people in the community, especially Percy here, and her students are phenomenal. They are amazing. You are amazing. Right, but I think we hope to be bigger than what we are. I want to be bigger than something that is, anything we can imagine. And with the fact that Dubai has now become part of the Fashion Week, I really do see myself doing a show at Dubai Fashion Week.
Having your clothes on the catwalk.
Oh, more than that. I want to share my designs with the world. I want to tell people that, you know what, you can start from zero and you can make it.
So what is it, for both of you that I can ask, what is your tips for growing a company, growing a business?
What I believe that there should be change every time you're working on something. So from day one, on November 19, 2019 onwards till now, every 15 days I look into the sky and just push back and say, okay, is this my website? Does something have to change? And intuitively, whatever I get, I put it out there and immediately new bookings come.
Amazing.
So we need to be very intuitive about our business. There is no strategy, there is no game that can stay for 2 years and 3 years and 5 years. There's nothing like that.
Oh, I agree with Percy on this. It is intuition.
It
The
is
game is intuition.
Billionaires are billionaires not because they are doing a 5-year plan or a 2-year plan or a corporate plan of a year. It doesn't work like that. That's a corporate lie.
Yes.
It doesn't work like that. Nobody's energy will work like that. Every day we are different.
Exactly.
Like today we have we have an event next week. And today, just by default, bookings are coming in.
And that's the next thing that I wanted to mention. For instance, we have the training coming up for Smart Inspirations, which I'm honored to plan. And it's just been incredible how the bookings has just been coming in. Yes, we have put in some efforts in advertisings, but most of the bookings has just been coming, especially this last 3 days, which just shows you that it all comes down to intuition and it comes down to what you want it to make it happen.
It is true. Like you said, it's the timing, it's the place, and it's the person, because that is understandable.
Yes.
Because even when I joined her classes as well, it took me 1 whole year to actually accept that I needed to go to her class.
Mariyam was the person who interviewed me.
Yeah.
I can remember you mentioned that.
That interview should have been actually like something of an insult to her. If she was a very egotistic person, I can assure you, I would have been tossed out of that interview, because everything I asked was same. Somewhere along the lines was saying, "You sound like a hack."
Yeah.
Like Sam.
Yeah.
My son.
Yeah.
So she didn't believe in anything, but somewhere within her energy, feel that was working.
Yes.
And so when she had that fall is in the metro, right?
No, right outside. After your session only, I have that.
She fell down and then she was taken to the hospital, and then she wanted to just come back here and get healed. So I didn't know anything about that. You
Yes.
understand? Now that is very important. Being in your intuitive sphere, understanding what is happening, we don't chase our students. It comes.
Comes by itself. Yeah.
So basically my energy is, I just release this energy every morning. East, west, north, south come. And I also release the energy wherever you are and you are not able to find me, whatever is that limitation, let it just disappear and find me. Today I have the mother of UAE, I have her direct report. How did she come? I just got one morning in my mind that this person is going to join Smart, it's going to come in for something, but I didn't know what, when, how. And it was Dr. Mohammed Ibrahim's contact for more than a year. Neither did I know, neither did he plug this thing, but suddenly I was called in for Cafe 302, we have a guest. The next thing, the person is with us through the journey.
Amazing.
And that is it. When we get that intuition, don't ignore it. Here, I will totally agree on some of my learnings from Mind Valley. How do you keep the energy and how do you let go of the energy? Another thing is our embodiment of what we receive will create it. So don't just play with the brain. What comes to the brain will go away if you don't embody it.
Exactly.
And my latest professor from Mind Valley talks about it. Embody it. But again, to embody it, you need a very good nervous system.
Exactly.
And that's what we're going to see at the event on 11, 12 and 13. How do you biohack?
Amazing.
Your performance cannot happen. Your 170,000 dirham salary cannot happen if your nervous system is all locked up. So the breathing opens the nervous system. Now the nervous system agrees to what you're doing, and then there are several other biohacks, about 6 to 7 of them, that will open you to receive anything. We will not receive anything. We will, within our energy, even though we have the energy, we will not receive if we are in a hemostasis case. That means the brain, the mind is something, the body is something.
It's two different beings.
So we have to biohack. And where is the issue? We are all born from a mother.
Yes.
And the fact remains that our root may not have the right safety security level for any biohack to happen.
And how do you break that?
Okay, so I further studied on the energy center healing or the chakra healing as it's called. I've also further studied on embodiment, the silver technique from Mind Valley, and also the path of your meditation path,
Mm.
and I'm also doing several other trainers, almost 22 trainers
Mm.
from my valley, leading on energy hacking through many ways. Marissa does it through hypnotics, but
Mm.
there's silver technique which you do on a demand technique, the demand meditation, and it's a dynamic meditation. It's not a passive meditation.
Mm.
And then you have several other paths by vision, which has also the sixth level of meditation, etc. So meditation is not for us to become not for us to just make it a kind of lifestyle. Meditation is to do better in life.
Amazing.
If our lives have to be what it needs to be as per our intuition, and if we need to wake our intuition, then we need to do many biohacks,
Yes.
because we are born of flesh and we shall be of flesh. But pain's history and biology is now.
Yes.
So we need to take care of our biology.
Mm.
And how did COVID win on simple intestinal infections and lung infections?
Mm.
How did they win? Those are what we are. Those are our areas which we need to biohack.
Mm.
Okay, so everybody has a dream.
Yes.
Everybody has a vision. Everybody has a thought that they want to live. Thought is one thing. Embodiment is
It's
another
another
thing.
thing.
But there's this emotion which comes in and completely destroys it.
Fantastic. So before we go, Mariyam,
Yes.
what can you tell young entrepreneurs out there today?
Keep dreaming, but be practical.
Mhm.
And I will say what Percy said is true. Listen to yourself, follow your intuition. Do not listen to everybody else, because if everybody was doing it right, they wouldn't be on the same level as you. You are better than what you imagine, you are told at least. In my experience, it's never been good to listen to other people. No offense to other people, but listen to yourself. Your intuition is always on point. Do not doubt it. Do not second guess it.
And I guess perseverance.
Definitely.
Perseverance, intuition, and just being in yourself, your embodiment, knowing who am I.
Amazing.
The minute we know who am I, we have cracked it.
No, that is true actually. You know, I live in a business-centric community, and one of the biggest reasons people fall is simply because they don't know themselves. They want to be somebody else, or they just don't really think about any of those things that people out there actually want.
Yes.
They only see the cash, they see the money, they follow that. That's not true.
While talking about money, let's just be very practical. Money is an energy. This energy will not come if our nervous system is not hacked.
Yes.
You can do whatever you want, as you saw for the event.
Yes.
We did many things.
Exactly.
But it just came.
Yes. True.
It just came. In fact, we didn't know who is booking when, what.
Yes.
It just came. And suddenly one day the door just opened.
Yes.
And we are still seeing it.
Exactly. It's still continuing.
Yeah, and it is simply amazing. Actually, I want to find a solution between ChatGPT, Metaverse, and NFT.
So I want to thank both of you of joining us today. And thank you to all our listeners who's watching today. And please, if you have any questions, if you have any suggestions, if there's anything that you want us to talk about or anyone you want us to interview within the UAE, please comment below and also follow us on Instagram as well as check out our website. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.